Hey guys, it's Tim and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here with episode 2 of season 1, or should I say season 1, episode 2 of PWUnlimited's RankIT. If you saw last week's video, which I assume you saw last week if you're watching episode 2, we watched and ranked, well, we didn't rank, we only watched and talked about the Triple Threat ladder match from WrestleMania 2000. Nick, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning into episode 2. I'm quite excited. Like Tim said, we're going to be looking at SummerSlam 2000. Last episode, I read the description of the pay-per-view. So I have to read this one, I guess. The Rock defends the WWE Championship against Kurt Angle and Triple H in a triple threat match. The Undertaker battles Kane, Edge, and Christian. The Undertaker battles Kane, Edge, and Christian take on the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys in a TLC match for the WWE Tag Team Championship, plus Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, and more. I'm excited for this one because it's actually called the TLC match, and I fucking love chairs.
Right,
chairs always are the most versatile weapon for any WWE match, because I'm a big fan of the way Kevin Owens always uses them, where he props them up and he just sits on them and mocks the opponent. It's one of my favorite things. So great.
Yeah, because as we talked about in the last match, ladders were used because, of course, it was a ladder match, and then the Dudleys brought in their tables. But Edge and Christian hadn't really, I guess you could say, established themselves as the chair guys. And they had, between Mania and SummerSlam, which was only a, 3-month between.
Mm-hmm.
It was the April, May, June, July, August, 4 months. So about 4 months between the two matches. So, if you're watching on Patreon or as a YouTube member, you will be getting the watch-along version as well as our review afterwards. If you're only watching just on regular YouTube, then we're about to review the show or the match for you and tell you what we think. But again, if you do want to have the watch-along version, then go over and sign up on either our Patreon, patreon.com/PWUnlimited, or right here on YouTube. Just hit that join button and become a YouTube member, because we're about to watch it and rank it. So as far as the match goes, so this show, SummerSlam 2000, took place in Raleigh, North Carolina, and it was a 3-way. First time it was called a TLC match, tables, ladders, and chairs, even though previously we've had ladder matches where anything was legal, quote unquote. This is still the first time that they put the tables, ladders, and chairs moniker on it. And so the match went, so this was the shorter of the 3 matches. Never mind, this was the 15-minute match.
Yeah, I was going to say that definitely did not feel very long, and I worried earlier when you said that there was a 15-minute match, that I worried that, how are they going to make it feel like they got all their stuff in? And right. It's nice to see that I couldn't even tell that this was only 15 minutes, and they did a whole bunch that all felt very smooth and it flowed very well. That just gives credit to how good all 3 of these tag teams are.
So in this match, there was just a number of crazy spots. Jeff actually went into the match with a bad ankle, apparently.
Yeah,
Jeff was
knowing
that before. Huh?
Knowing that he went into the match with a bad ankle, and then seeing the spot where he falls off when he's holding onto the belts. God damn.
Yeah. There was a spot where Christian gave Matt and Devon a Russian leg sweep backwards from the ladder set up in the middle of the ring. All 3 crashed down. Bubba did a full Nelson, or a Bubba bomb, you can say, off of a ladder onto Christian. Christian then threw Matt off of a ladder. Basically, he pushed Matt off of a ladder. There was another 2 ladders set up at a teeter-totter spot. Jeff crashes, teeter-tots the ladders right into Matt's face.
Yeah.
And you see Bubba immediately crawl over and check on Jeff. So that's good that they're checking on each other, make sure everyone's okay. Excuse me. And at one point, the Dudleys finally... So, basically, the match starts out, Edge and Christian, they got chairs. So, chairs are brought in. And as soon as the match starts, even though this is a Hardy crowd, because they're in their home state, the crowd's chanting, "We want tables." So finally, Bubba and Devon, they bring in a table, and they put Christian through one with a 3D. Bubba then looks at Devon and says, let's kill them. And they go grab more tables. Grab a drink for a second.
Yeah, you're good. That's real fucking... Imagine that.
So they grab 4 tables. Well, no, there's already 1 table set up at ringside. So they grab 3 more tables. They set 2 up next to each other, 2 on top of those 2. Those come into play later. So at this point, back in the ring, chairs are being used and whatnot. Matt hits a twist of fate on Edge. Matt then did a leg drop off of a ladder on Edge. Jeff then does a leapfrog over a ladder into a leg drop on Edge. At this point, Bubba sent Matt through a table. Jeff went through a table. As there was a 20-foot ladder set up at ringside next to some tables. Jeff climbs up it. Right as he jumps off for a swanton, Bubba moves. And Jeff just crashes through these 2 tables. Done for at least, 6 minutes? Just lays there. And so Jeff's out for a while. And Edge and Christian start to kind of, take over for a little bit. At one point, Bubba climbs up the 20-foot ladder after Matt Hardy had brought it in the ring. And Edge and Christian jump in, and they push Bubba. Well, they push the ladder over. Bubba flies out of the ring and through those 4 tables that he had set up earlier at ringside. Bubba's done for the rest of the match. I don't think we see Bubba anymore.
No.
So Bubba's out. Edge and Christian are now kind of like in control, but Matt Hardy's still around. So finally, Devon, Matt, they take out Edge and Christian. Matt then climbs up the ladder. Devon climbs up the ladder. Edge and Christian get back in. Edge pulls Devon off of the ladder. They both fall like face first onto the ropes. And then Christian pushes the ladder over. Matt flies off of the ladder while he's trying to grab at the title. So, he's still trying to win. And Matt also crashes through multiple tables at ringside. And if you watch this, Matt comes so close to hitting his head on the barricade. If he was like a step or 2 higher, he would have flown back farther and crashed right, like his back of his head would have smashed that barricade. And then you got what was it, a lady in an orange shirt just taking pictures of Matt with her little old school digital camera.
I would love to have that camera. My God.
So Edge, I forgot to mention, Lita had run down at one point and got herself involved. Lita then goes over to check on Matt, as Matt had been dumped through some tables, and takes a spear from Edge and almost cracks her head on the ladder that was laying at ringside. At this point, Jeff Hardy's back. Him and Devon are in the ring, and you can see Matt. You could tell, Jeff, you can tell he's trying not to put any weight on that ankle. And now knowing that the ankle was hurt going into it, dang. So Devon. So many fucking people in this
Christ,
match.
Man, come on. Yeah, you sound like JR throughout the entire
I'm pulling to Jim
comic.
Ross. He couldn't tell who's who either. So Devon and Jeff climb to the top of this ladder, and they're both trying to grab the belts. Finally, they both just grab the belts, and Edge and Christian push the ladder away. So they're hanging there. Jeff's kicking Devon and kicking him. Devon's saying something to Jeff. You can't tell exactly what. Finally, Devon just lets go, crashes down to the mat, folds in half, like just actually he folded in like thirds. His neck folded one way, and his body folds another 2 ways. And so Jeff's just still there hanging. And if you remember, in all 3 of these matches, the one from WrestleMania 2000, this one, and in the next one we're going to watch, WrestleMania 17, Jeff does this, I'm going to hang from the belts in every match.
Yeah, he is a thing for the belt hanging.
And so Edge and Christian are like, how do we get this guy down? Oh, I know. Let's throw a ladder at him. So throw a ladder at him. Jeff falls down. His leg does not fall it just twists the wrong way. Finally, Edge and Christian climb up, grab the belts. They win again. They won at WrestleMania 2000, and they win here yet again at SummerSlam 2000. And I thought this was a pretty good match, but now we need to think about it in a whole as far as what was better. Was it this match, or was it the match from WrestleMania? Which match was actually the better of the two?
I say the first match still. Yeah, I say the first match was a little bit better than this. I'd say that first match you really got like, they really relied on the shit from the first match to shock and awe us again, and I think they just did everything better in the first match.
And I think I would agree with that. That this match, the first match, was the better of the two. I think there was some spots done in this match that was like, oh, well, we kind of already saw that in the first one, so why didn't they think of something different? Like you said, they relied on that stuff from the first one for the shock and awe in this one.
Say that again?
I said, like you had even said, they relied on some of those spots they did in the first one for the shock and awe to do it again in this one.
Gotcha. Yeah. Sorry, you cut out there, and I
gotcha.
Didn't understand.
So I guess we're both in agreement that the SummerSlam 2000 match right now is at number 1, and then the WrestleMania 2000 match is at number 1, and then SummerSlam 2000 is in the second spot.
Yep.
So as we look at the official rankings here for the TLC trilogy, we've got 1 at WrestleMania 2000, 2 at SummerSlam 2000, and then we're going to wrap it all up in episode 3 when we do watch WrestleMania X7 and the final of the 3 ladder matches. The TLC match should be fun. Nick, you have anything to say in closing?
No, I'm all good. I'm excited.
So with that, remember, if you are a Patreon or a YouTube member subscriber, not only do you get to listen to our review of this match, but you also get the watch-along portion of this match, as with all episodes of Rank It. As a Patreon and YouTube member subscriber, you get the review and the watch-along. Just on YouTube, you only get the actual review and our thoughts, our rankings, and so forth. So again, if you want to get that, head over to patreon.com/PWUnlimited, or go down there where it says subscribe, hit that button that says join, and become a member. So with that, join us next time as we watch the TLC match from a WrestleMania X7.
Bye.